We're ShoopShow. I'm Georgia.
And I'm Sarah.
And today we're going to show our Inktober 2019 drawings.
Here's a few disclaimers. First of all, we both work full-time jobs, so these will not reflect the extent of our artistic skills.
They say you should be able to draw an Inktober drawing in just 15 minutes.
That is a lie.
We purposefully unfollowed each other on Instagram and Facebook, and we've been trying to avoid spoilers.
Ring! Ringception.
Yeah, it's ringception.
A proposal of a ring within a ring. This is a ring of kings protecting their ding-a-lings from bee stings.
Oh my god!
Mindless!
You know the YouTuber Jenna Marbles?
Yes, I've watched a few of her videos.
I've drawn her dog, Kermit, who just every time the camera zooms in on him, he's just shaking and crying and not thinking any thoughts.
But he's adorable.
He's just like, all the time.
I love him. So this was inspired by my mom, and it's literally a comic of me asking my mom what I should draw for the Inktober prompt Mindless. Without looking up, she said, men. Right. And I thought that was brilliant.
I love how unamused she is. She's just like, men.
Yeah. Bait!
We both watched this show called Dragon Prince. Oh my god! And there's a character called Bait in the show, and so...
He's a glow toad.
Oh my gosh, she's so fucking cute.
If you've never heard of the Dragon Prince, you should 100% watch it because it's one of the writers that did Avatar: The Last Airbender helped make this. Diverse cast, great lessons, wholesome humor, the whole package.
Oh my gosh, it's great.
Freeze!
I did a breakdance freeze.
That's fun.
And I spent like an hour looking at all these poses and like watching dance videos and stuff, and
I'm into it. So I drew a comic of me and my boyfriend. He is never cold ever. So clearly he's like, what lovely weather we're having today. And we're in the Arctic and I'm frozen and he's just in the nude as always. And
as always.
Build!
I did this in 15 minutes before work one day and it shows. It's Wonho and he's building a sandcastle and he has a nice build. Wonho, formerly of the band monstax, is the main singer and dancer. He's very important to me.
One God, one spirit, one ho.
Wonho.
I did,
Wow.
It's a weaver. They build really cool nests. It's probably the highest point of my Inktober, so take it in.
That would be a cute tattoo even.
Husky!
My aunt tried to like understand this pun. It is not that deep, okay? Because it's a husky and he's in a corn husk.
I am 100% on board. That right there is the tattoo I won.
Yes!
On my back.
Yes!
I'm just gonna draw a husky animal. So I drew a husky penguin.
That penguin is ripped! He's got that Dorito body.
Enchanted!
I love this one. This one's one of my favorites that you've done.
So there's like this special genre on Instagram of like sparingly animated pictures. They're literally just different frames and all they do is go, and so I was in a stationary drawing trying to replicate that. And this is what we came up with.
I really like it.
So everything's moving and there's no gravity and it's fine because she's got it under control, you know?
Yeah.
Little witch girl. I almost went blind doing this. I'm just like,
How do I word this delicately? Being in the real world as an adult, I have noticed that things would be a lot easier for me if I had a penis. But I do not have one. So this comic is about having a surrogate dick, the enchanted cucumber. And then I find this cucumber and I'm like, hey. So I just put it in my pants and suddenly my ideas become relevant.
wow, that's too real, man. Just like hearing a male voice and everybody's like, Oh, now that I'm hearing that exact same idea with a different voice, it's suddenly 100% better. Wow, you're so smart because you got a dick.
Frail!
This one is my one that I was the most proud of in Inktober. It took me 5 ever.
Hands.
Yeah. Just searched old woman hands on Google Images, and there's like this like precious old woman just being like, I'm like, oh, she's so precious.
Well, I think you did a great job, Georgia. So I drew a frail whale with 2 tails eating kale with a snail.
I love this salad party. It's so cute.
Swing!
Oh no, it's real bad.
It's like you drew really good hands in the last prompt.
Yeah,
And forgot everything you ever knew about hands for this one.
I don't even have a good excuse for this. He looks like he's rowing a fucking boat. Like, yeah. We have named this man Jefferson. He's a stock image man. One of our clients is a like virtual golf sports retailer. You just look at him and you're like, wow. I want this man to sell me things. I want this man to tell me things. He's doing a swing really badly with his little boat or spoon thing. Mm-hmm.
Proud of you.
Yeah.
I drew a swing band. One of my current favorite genres at the moment is swing and electro swing. I thought it turned out pretty average, but of course out of all the Inktobers that I did, someone messaged me and wanted to buy a print of this one, and I was like, are you sure?
This is that one.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm flattered, but I really don't think this is like worth buying in my opinion, but thank you, person who bought my art.
Pattern!
I made a tile. When it's repeated 16 times, it looks great. Right now, you're just like, oh.
We'll throw that bad boy into Illustrator and we'll make your dreams come to life.
Yeah.
I drew the scene from SpongeBob. It was the episode where Mrs. Puff goes to prison and SpongeBob and Patrick are trying to break her out, and they were like, we gotta get Mrs. Puff out. She's gonna forget how great life on the outside is. And then they show this guy.
It's so accurate.
Some guy commented on Facebook and asked if that was a fish or a pickle. So, color me green and call me a pickle, cause I'm done dealing with this shit.
Snow!
Oh.
It's a little snowboarder. I was watching this show called Terracehouse, and one of the main guys on that show is like a professional snowboarder.
Huh.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's also got little sparklies coming off of his helmet.
I love sparklies.
Yeah. Oh.
2 dodos with their toes in the snow under a mistletoe.
It's very cute.
Yeah.
Dragon!
So I had to draw Chris Wu, formerly of EXOM.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because there is a dragon, but they like all were assigned superpowers in like the one music video, and they're like, oh, he's a dragon, and they never explain anything else about it.
Well, this was kind of a cop-out, but I was like, I was going to draw drag on, drag off. This is Katya, by the way. She's a drag queen.
You look like a potato out of Drag Katya.
Sorry.
But we love you.
Ash!
And this one is very sad. So it starts from like the fires of the Amazon, and then like there's a little planty guy that comes up, and then a little bird, like a baby phoenix,
Yay.
comes up.
Aw.
Yeah.
I love that. It gives me hope even though we know there is none. I drew the patriarchy burning down into ash.
Didn't this one make like many people really angry?
Yeah, a couple people weren't happy about it.
They were like, what do you know, little girl?
Overgrown!
It's like an abandoned church somewhere in France, and you see lots of pictures, and there's a creek running through it and like trees and stuff. And I don't think that part of it exists, but there is a very overgrown church. So I tried to use like the most true to real life version of that.
Huh.
Yeah.
I like that. It's beautiful. It's very post-apocalyptic, which is
I
something
freaking love that shit.
something very near and dear to my heart. I drew Vault 22 from Fallout. Fallout is, in my opinion, the best video game ever. My one true source of happiness besides dogs. There's multiple vaults for the protection of the nuclear war. This particular vault had scientists in it that were supposed to study plants and such, and something went wrong, and scientists became these terrifying monster plant things.
I wouldn't even know if you fabricated that whole story. You were like, this is the premise of the game. And I would be like, yeah, probably.
Legend!
It's Legend of Zelda. And the Zelda that I grew up was the Wind Waker. So this is like his game design.
I love him.
Ganondorf. And Zelda is sitting on Link's shoulders and being like, and you! Legendary you think you are. Legendary looks like leg and dairy. Which is a drag queen quote from Jujubee.
I love that. I drew smittywerbenjagermanjensen. He was number 1.
That would be a good tattoo too.
Wild!
So I have a little baby pug and he's like looking at the wolves running outside and being like, oh, I wish I could do that.
Aww.
Yeah.
He's a little baby.
I love pugs.
I love that. Mm-hmm. I drew a fusa, and they're basically these lemur cat looking things, but they are neither of those. And they eat lemurs because they're not afraid of a challenge. The males have these long barbed situations, so their sex lives are terrible. Alright, well that was all for this week.
This has been ShoopShow.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Georgia.
We'll see you next week.
Woo!